Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Tuesday, October 24, Days of Our Lives spoilers claim that Harris Michaels phoned Ava Vitali back after receiving her text and inquired as to what was going on. Ava assured him it was all right, and that she was simply hoping to wish Harris a happy first day at the Salem Police Department. Thankful. Harris told Ava that she would soon secure employment as well. Following Harris' disconnect, Kate Roberts Brady showed in and said she was surprised that Rafe Hernandez had hired him so soon. Ava received a warning from Kate as well because of her dark past, which made her untrustworthy. Harris maintained he was only friends with Ava, but he nonetheless stood up for her since he thought she had given up her life of crime. On the Tuesday edition of Days, Gil Carter, David S. Lee, paid Ava a visit and said he was come to check on her son. Gil clarified that, although he wasn't scared to get his hands dirty when necessary, he was more like middle management. Ava had assumed that Gil was the jerk who had attacked Trip Johnson, Lucas Adams. Gil reassured Ava that everything would be all right if she stayed in line. If Ava didn't manage Clyde Weston's drug operation as instructed, Trip would be killed by one of several people Clyde had on his payroll. She massaged him in Trip and Wendy Shin's bedroom before they got back on the bed to make out. Trip cut off Ava and Gil's heated exchange shortly afterward, hearing him suggest that Ava could require more persuasion. Gil paused before grabbing the knife that Ava was using to cut up the vegetables. Instead, Gil pretended to be cordial with Trip and maintained that he was offering Ava the position of manager at the bistro, of which he was now the new proprietor. Trip finally gave in since she couldn't figure out why Ava wasn't embracing it since it seemed like a perfect fit. Gil advised Ava that they should go talk about the specifics after Trip expressed delight and gave her a hug after telling her the news. Trip was now alone at home with Wendy, so he updated her about Ava's new manager position. Wendy made a suggestion that she might also be getting a job offer, but she refrained from saying more for fear of ruining the deal. Rafe Hernandez of the Salem Police Department took Kayla Johnson's testimony and said they were still looking for leads regarding Dimitri von Leuschner and Leo Stark. Rafe wasn't sure the drug addict who attacked Trip in the hospital would ever be caught, but Kayla still asked about him. Kayla then had a brief encounter with Kate and spoke with Trip at work afterwards. Although Kayla didn't believe Trip had done anything improperly, Trip wished he knew what had upset the patient in the exam room. The topic of Ava's new job was also discussed, but Kayla remained apprehensive about her new beginning and urged Trip to exercise caution with his mother. Trip was aware of it, but he also supported Ava's efforts to change things and believed that taking on this job was a crucial first step. On Tuesday's DOOLA program, when Harris arrived at the police station, he shook hands with Jada Hunter to introduce her as his new partner. After Rafe assigned Harris and Jada the task of locating Dimitri and Leo, they made the decision to start over and thoroughly explore Leo's suite. Jada hoped Harris could be able to see things with new eyes and find a clue they had previously overlooked. When Wendy serviced Rafe's frozen laptop and went over the list of all the improvements he required, Rafe was impressed. Wendy was immediately appointed as Rafe's new head of it. On Tuesday's episode of Days, Ava confronted Gil in the town square about the restaurant being a drug front and said she would use her former mob connections to locate a replacement of her own. Ava's attempt to make Gil feel superior to Clyde by acting like he was intelligent failed terribly. Gil argued that this was the only way to guarantee Trip's protection, and made it clear that Ava shouldn't attempt to challenge the boss once more. When Harris and Jada arrived, there was a tense atmosphere. Harris saw that Ava appeared unhappy and questioned whether everything was all right. Leo had a terrifying dream about Rafe and Jada bursting in on them with their weapons drawn when they were in Dimitri and Leo's hotel room on the outskirts of town. Leo woke up alarmed and Dimitri calmed him down, discussing their next course of action. Leo pointed out that they would need assistance in order to exit the nation and go somewhere where extradition is not possible. Leo was worried that Megan DeMuro would attract attention and be difficult to locate, even though Dimitri wanted to rely on her. On Tuesday's episode of Days, Leo and Dimitri also struggled with money because they hardly had any money between them. Leo was fortunate to have some small change hidden away in his former Salem inn room. It was only an issue of getting there undetected. Due of the Horton town scare, Leo and Dimitri decided to dress like ghosts. Leo put on a white sheet with eye holes, and Dimitri did the same. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, Leo and Dimitri are about to put themselves in a dangerous predicament. Days of Our Lives is gradually revealing Victor's true intentions, at least to the public. As we explore the depths of deception, we can't help but wonder, is Constantin more than meets the eye? Although it may seem like a straightforward inquiry, John Capillos, who plays the character, has a deeper explanation behind it. There are many things about Constantine that don't quite add together. Maggie and Brady were talking about how he could have childhood pictures with Victor and not have the late Kyriakis patriarch ever bringing him up to anyone. And why would a buddy expect to be in Victor's will, regardless of how long he may have known him? He teamed up with Theresa to sabotage Xander's chance to discover the truth and take the Kyriakis riches, but was that truly the motivation behind it? He wouldn't be Victor's only friend who turned enemy. Being a mafia boss or corporate giant requires you to trample on a few people who have faith in you. What if he is more, though? Could he be a member of a previously unidentified family? A cousin, perhaps, or another sibling? He is well informed about Victor's relationships and culinary preferences. He must unquestionably have played a significant role in his life, it seems. However, that does not imply that it is the section he claims. And if you've been observing this newcomer to Salem with a nagging question about why he seems so familiar in the back of your mind that you can't seem to put a stop to, we might be able to help. Because if you were weaned on John Hughes films and lived through the 1980s, or heck, any time after that, you are quite familiar with Capillos. He first collaborated with the renowned director on 16 Candles, when he played Rudy, Sam's prospective brother-in-law who isn't particularly endearing. Additionally, he made a brief cameo in Hughes' Weird Science as Dino, whose taunt of Gary, played by Anthony Michael Hall, gave a whole generation of children a brand new Greek word. But the character Capillos from Hughes' masterpiece, The Breakfast Club, is probably what many have in mind. Yes, Constantin was the unexpectedly perceptive, enduring janitor, Carl. You cannot unsee something once you have seen it. Watch the accompanying behind-the-scenes film to see Capillos and the stars of The Breakfast Club discussing Carl years later. Of all, these are only a handful of the parts in Capillos' illustrious career, but Carl is the best for a generation or two of cinema enthusiasts. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.